everybody, Jennifer Maker here. It's a beautiful day to make some inexpensive, customizable projects, this time from the Target dollar spot. I picked out a full baker's dozen, so 13 items from everyone's favorite Target section, and come up with fast and fun ways to decorate them. I'll show you all of my ideas and the best materials and techniques to make your own versions. These are simple, easy projects, so much fun, but once you can craft them with confidence, you'll open so many doors to new ideas. So come with me to my table and let's get started. So when I'm looking for crafty inspiration, a Target run really hits the spot. My Target is just a few miles away from my house, and I swear I am there at least once a week. And every time I go, I just have to visit the dollar spot section near the front of the store to see all of the cute, inexpensive items. Now we all know that the items in the dollar spot change and rotate out pretty quickly, but chances are good you'll find similar products available at your local store. We picked up all of these things on a recent trip, and I'm going to show you how to add a personal touch to each one. All you really need is some cardstock, adhesive vinyl, or a bit of both, depending on what you want to do. And really, that's it. And since most of these projects take small amounts of materials, you can pick any color combinations you like. I do have a few ideas to light up your living space, so stay tuned to see which items I recommend turning into lanterns with fairy lights and these neat flameless candles right here. I made these projects with my amazing Cricut Maker 3, but you can also use an original maker or a machine from the Explorer series, and several of the designs work with a Cricut Joy too. All you need is a clean blade, a sticky machine mat, and some transfer tape, and you are good to go. Our standard tool set will be enough for most of the projects here. But I'll also show you some tips with parchment paper, good old parchment paper, to really level up your vinyl decorations. You're going to love it. Okay, ready to see how I personalized all of these things I got here? Allow me to inspire you. You've probably seen these cute stacks that are supposed to look like books around, yes? They can actually work well as bookends. The stacks look really nice with a few lines of text along their spines. I added a decal that says our life, our story, our home in permanent vinyl to this stack, and instead of trying to apply the lines all at once, I cut them apart and transferred them one at a time. I like the little stars, so I just incorporated them into my finished result. This stack came with twine and decorations. I took them off to add my decals, but you can add them back on afterward. Or you could use ribbon that matches your decor. I love how simple the final result is, and it would look perfect on a shelf with some family pictures. You could also make decals of family names, important dates, or your favorite book titles to add your own ideas to these stacked books. I'd love to see what you come up with. I've shared lots of projects using large shadow boxes, so I'm really excited to play with this mini version of a shadow box. It actually came in a set with the mini stacked books, so it has a star on its background. It's the perfect size for a paper flower, like the quilled gardenia that I added to this one. I just made it big enough to cover up the star, and no one will ever know it was there. The quilled gardenia is in my design collection, and you can find the assembly directions to make it over in my paper flowers tutorial at jennifermaker.com/paperflowers. Isn't it pretty? And if you wanted to leave the star, you could add a smaller paper flower to its center. There are lots of options on the tutorial list that I just mentioned. Or you could add a decal from my design collection to the front of the little shadow box. Having the star and the inside would add some depth to the project too. I was thrilled to find these frosted jars in different colors. Aren't they just super cute? Painting canning jars makes them so pretty, but they're difficult to color evenly. These are already done for us. I love it. And these make perfect little lanterns. So I added my light themed decals to the outside. And then I found flameless candles that fit perfectly inside the lanterns. The lanterns would be perfect on a porch. Once it's dark out, just use the remote to flip them on for a soft glow. I could also see these used as centerpieces at an event since they're not too tall. Just add the initials of whoever you're celebrating and they will look awesome. Like any jars, these lanterns do have a gentle curve. So for tips on applying designs to curved surfaces, check out my tutorial at jennifermaker.com/vinyl on mugs, cute designs. Decorated wine glasses are always popular, so I was thrilled to find some inexpensive plain ones at Target. I prefer working with stemless glasses like these. They're easier to handle while you apply the vinyl, and they take up less space than a normal wine glass. I added some wine-inspired decals from the design collection, which would make a great gift set. If you want your decals to stay on for the long haul, use permanent vinyl like I did. But if you just want it on for an evening or two, try using removable vinyl. After the party, simply peel off the decal, use a bit of rubbing alcohol and a coffee filter to remove any residue. Then start making more decals for the next party. Another popular item are these plastic tumblers for cold drinks. I have these everywhere to remind me to drink more water, especially during the summer. The tumblers I found came with these pretty flower designs on one side, so I added decals across them. If your tumbler doesn't have a flower like this, you can leave one side blank or add 2 designs. These are another easy item to customize with a name or a special message. Some tumblers are dishwasher and microwave safe and others aren't. You can usually tell by the label on the bottom. So be sure to check that. But I recommend hand washing and not getting them too hot once the vinyl is on. These vases are a really nice quality and I love the different sizes and shapes available. I added delicate designs to a few vases, but you can add more if you'd like to camouflage the flower stem or whatever else is visible through the glass. I like to add paper flowers to small vases like these so I don't have to worry about keeping the water fresh. You can use flowers with stems or just balance a bloom on top too. And remember, since this is a glass blank, clean it well with hot soapy water and wipe it with a lint-free cloth to help your vinyl stick. Next, I found these stylish and useful metal canisters. They're a perfect size for small items, especially around the kitchen. They even have a nice string on top to make them easier to open. I added some of my kitchen-themed decals to my canisters, but you can also decorate them for use in other areas of the house. Really, the sky's the limit here. These canisters have more of a curve than the earlier items I showed you, so definitely follow my tips for applying vinyl to curved surfaces to save yourself a headache. I can show you one trick right now though. So if you're trying to add a decal to a canister, that will require both hands. But if you put the canister down on your table where it's easier to apply the vinyl, it's just going to keep rolling away from you, right? Curious how I keep mine still? I use a lint roller. That's right. I just stick the lint roller to my surface and then place the canister touching it. That handy lint roller will keep the canister still. I love it. Candles make perfect fast projects and even better gifts. I found these small candles at the dollar spot, but Target often has similar ones for good prices in their larger decoration aisle too. I like to put a simple word or design on the front of the candle, and don't worry, it won't get hurt by the heat. You can make a whole gift set with themed designs with candles, glasses, and maybe a little canister of relaxing or invigorating tea, whichever your recipient might like more. These storage containers immediately caught my eye. I love functional items that are also pretty. And of course, bonus points if I can decorate them. These definitely checked all of the boxes. I added a monogram wreath to some of them, which I think is really cute. And this is the one I plan to stack. Or you could decorate the top, which I've done here, if they'll be standing alone. And these are perfect size for hiding a few items you often need but want to keep organized, like your keys, phone charger, and some chapstick. You could even put a little decal on that will remind you to check the box for your necessities before leaving the house. Now for this fabric basket. You might hear fabric and think I used iron-on vinyl, but I didn't. After lots of testing, I found that permanent adhesive vinyl, like these right here, worked much better on these baskets. The iron-on vinyl just did not want to stay in place. The adhesive vinyl isn't stuck perfectly like it would be on a totally flat surface, but that's fine for a decorative basket like these. Just keep it in a spot where it won't be handled too often or risk getting dirty. If you need to clean it, I'd probably just take the decal off and add a new one afterwards. I think that it would be really a lot easier to do it that way. You could also use this basket to hold a set of themed gifts from the rest of my design collection. It would look adorable with a custom tumbler and a canister of fancy drink flavorings. Now, these last 3 items are in the bonus video that I filmed. I'll show you how to resize the decal to fit your item, how to use the offset feature, and how to layer vinyl with another secret tool. For the rectangular sign, I layered a part of a nice quote and then added some rolled paper daisies. I think it turned out really cute. The small jars look adorable with these butterfly and rainbow decals, but they look even better when you turn on the fairy lights inside. Finally, this round double-sided sign is perfect for your front door. I'll show you an easy way to add your name in a stylish way. You can find the full assembly video for these 3 projects over at jennifermaker.com/targetdiys. So that's a baker's dozen of Target dollar spot DIY finds. It's really simple and easy, right? I had so much fun coming up with these designs and projects for you. I hope you love them as much as I do. Now, if you have any questions about making any of these awesome, quick and easy Target dollar spot projects that I didn't answer, or anything else craft related that I can help you with, please be sure to let me know. Just leave your question below this video or ask over at our awesome Cricut Crafters group at jennifermaker.com/Cricut Crafters. I love to help and see you succeed. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.